Pokemon Sun and Moon has sold over 14 million copies worldwide since their release back in November of 2016, and it is the game that Pokefans have been waiting for such a long time. They were the first main Pokemon series to really change things up and taking out the one main objective, and that was to collect all the badges from the gym leaders and become the very best like no one ever was. In the Pokemon games Sun and Moon, instead of collecting badges and making your way through the victory road to reach the Elite Four, you had to take on the island kahunas that resided in each island. Now this part of the game had people thinking differently about the Pokemon games, and it was really the first time they really switched things up. I'm interested in what the next Pokemon games are going to be like and what will they change this time. So here are 4 things that I would like to see in the next Pokemon games. Much like the games Poke Park and Poke Park 2 Wonders Beyond, there were so many different interactions with all sorts of Pokemon. As much as an open world Pokemon game would be great for a main series, something like this is still pretty far away. But we can talk about the things that we could see happen. Keeping the same mechanics for a battling system isn't something that I would want them to change. I mean, switching things up would be cool, but hey, let's have a little bit more of a variety. What I would like to see is wild Pokemon roaming around in the fields whilst you're out on your adventure. Such they have put Pokemon on the beach and in the daycare in different games, what I would like to see is a wild Pokemon roaming around, still obtainable and having more interaction with it, rather than just entering the grass and having a random encounter. For them to spawn on a new route and initiate a battle with you would be a cool feature to add, and they could offer so much more like many other RPG games. Since the Nintendo Switch is passionate about getting people together and having a bunch of fun, why not include minigames to a huge selling game like the Pokemon series? With battling and trading being so easy to do from your console, including the new minigames for friends to play, it will be a huge addition to add to the Pokemon game. They have already done this once with Pokemon Stadium, so why not try it again? Offering a more light-hearted multiplayer experience besides the challenging anxiety including battles would allow players of all Pokemon skill levels to get in on the fun, and because the Switch is a home console with additional controllers, not everyone will need their own copy of the game to play. The Pokemon games tend to be full of adventure, mysteries, and some real bad guys, or at least some people pretending to be really have that thug life. Sorry Team Skull. And the longer we wait and anticipate the next Pokemon games, I'm hoping they will include a longer storyline. Many fans have always wanted more regions in a Pokemon game, much like the Pokemon games Gold and Silver, where you was able to travel to the Kanto region and challenge the gym leaders of that region. It had exclusive Pokemon and storyline challenges. So why not make a Pokemon game with another region happen again? If they were able to pack a whole storyline of Breath of the Wild into such a small cartridge, I'm sure they will be able to do that with Pokemon. It would take time and effort, but this idea will pay off so much, more people experiencing new journeys and new Pokemon along the way in their adventure. While Solgaleo, Lunala and Tapu Pokemon were great additions to add to the Pokemon games, they added a mysterious bunch known as the Ultra Beasts to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Many people believe that these Pokemon had some sort of connection to the humans, as such as a UB1 looking identical to the character Lily in the games. Are the Ultra Beasts only unique to the Alola region? Who created them? I don't know. Arceus has created some super strong Pokemon in the past, but an alternative hyperspace universe with only a minor explanation, I'm sure we could use some more information regarding the Pokemon. Solgaleo and Lunala were the first legendary Pokemon that had pre-evolutions, but the Pokemon Cosmog known as Nebby played a big part in the Pokemon games, and I think the adventure had fans wondering, oh, how on earth can this little guy transform into the legendary Pokemon? I think adding more Ultra Beasts will give us a better understanding on what these Pokemon actually are. As we saw with the battle with Luzamine, these Pokemon can actually fuse with humans. I wonder if we'll get that sort of evolution down along the line. Well, that's all the time we have for today's video. The Pokemon games always seem to have us hyped up for what's coming next, and I'm sure they will deliver what the fans want. If you guys have any ideas, I recommend to leave them down below in the comment section of this video, and be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more daily Pokemon videos like this every day on the channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time guys, see ya.